Islam Dwayne Bay. I'm Ron Arrington. I'm here at Whole Foods. It's still April the 2nd, 2019. And what I'm about to do is, because I just got off work, I'm looking very tired. And I'm trying to make myself look decent. So, hold on one second. Islam? Okay. Islam. Okay, we can continue. Hold on one second. I'm doing a video as well. April the 2nd, 2019. Well, let me finish. So Dwayne Bay, what I wanted to tell you. Oops. Okay, Islam. I apologize. I didn't mean to hang up. Hold on one second. So what I wanted to tell you, Dwayne Bay, is a lot of times I notice, like for instance today, this is part 3. Like I said today, after the black male that answers to Steve at Burger King, I told you my genitals spiritually were attacked several times at Burger while I was earning money at Burger King, but this is spiritually in a sexual manner. But I didn't notice that, and I mean I didn't know what I was feeling. And so the Negro black males, they seem to be like I told you the male kept singing in the other video, or when you hear the video after. Let me finish. So he's the male Steve. Okay, he was upset or said upset. He says about someone paid. I told you in 2016, 2017, when I would do my studies at Burger King, after I would listen to my studies, I would hear the regulars speak of the words paid more, paid. So today, after the coffee spill happened, and I was feeling great. I know you just got through changing your Twitter page. And so these black males, they look, let me finish. I know you just got through changing your Twitter page, and it's not the same. And when I speak of black males, I'm definitely speaking of unclean spirits. Hold on one second, okay? All right. I'm not just speaking of everyone, but these are definitely those that are bred like bucks and trying to breed. All right? They bred like bucks. These are unclean spirits. Like in the plantations, it's just in present time. They're breeding the same, they doing the exact same method. They just modernizing it. That's all it is. It's no difference. They modernize breeding these unclean spirits as bucks. So what happened is, so today, when I was listening, I told you I would listen to the recordings when I first started working at Burger King. I would hear the regulars keep saying paid more, we paid. And my voice recordings, when just a regular phone voice, I'm trying to study on my break, and I couldn't understand why I would hear this. And then today, when the black male that sits there, usually those that are connected to the Navy or the Army, speak of that sits there or are connected to the Navy and Army, regulars sit there, not all the time, but they imply or they are, because they have it on their license plate, Navy. Some of them speak of being in the Navy or working for the Navy, or the Army. So when he got upset today, it seemed as though he was upset and said he paid. I was thinking to myself, because I had to write a letter to American Extended Stay about someone trying to force open the door as I had a towel wrapped around me, and I was trying to take a shower. And as they tried to force open the door, they turned it. So I wrote the letter because I kept hearing before that around American Extended Stay, Edgewater paid, we paid, lie down. Sometimes they say take it, like, this is outside the room at American Extended Stay, and I don't know who these people are. Mumbling like a male is deranged, like an animal, like an ear voice, deranged, desperate, like an animal. And believe it or not, Dwayne Bay, hold on one second. Yeah, believe it or hold on one second, okay? I see black males just start licking their lips like that. So when they do that, these are unclean spirits, not all. And this is also the Spanish, where most large amount of them seem to be from Mexico. I had a dream this morning, just this morning, some Mexicans trying to be my friend. Forced manipulation of Mexicans trying to be my friend, these males. And I was like, you know, I documented it because it was a forced manipulation. I told you about me earning money at Burger King one day, and I turned around, and because I'm at the fry station, and I turned around, I see the Mexican looking at me like this, and he just kept staring at me like this as he was sucking on a straw. So like I said, there's unclean spirits all over in every nation, and we're taught as Moorish Americans, Hebrew Muslims, to not cause harm, and in as much as possible, thoughts, words, and deeds. And it's not just them, but the pale skin that's unclean as well. That's those that are unclean that are pale skin. Some of them, when the black Negro males try to communicate or engage, they looking at me like I'm supposed to be happy. This filth giving me some attention. If they so good, why don't the pale skin females be with them? Because as an awakening more, we don't. And when you are awake and you see truth, you're not fighting over that black Negro. All right, I'm not fighting over that black Negro male because I know what I see. I know the spirit. I see spirit now. So I'm not fighting over or worry about a pale skinned female taking that black Negro male, because I see that was all a setup. Because if you don't know you're amongst something else that looks like you, an unclean spirit, then you fall into that whole matrix. They taking our men. The white women taking our men. They can have them. All right, Islam. But you see, that's not the issue. Okay, when awakening soul, they can have them. Okay, and that's the females as well. But as I see, as awakening soul, that is not the issue. As awake and conscious more, that is not the issue. That was a setup, because if you think that you're among when you think that there's little men left and you trying to uphold that black male, then you're gonna run towards that black species, that unclean spirit, not knowing that you breeding or you being bred with something that's not like you. Islam. That was all a setup. So now, because I'm awake, what I see is true. So the black male that's unclean in spirit, now they're behaving like animals because I see truth. Okay? So because they're behaving like animals, that which is unclean, they are treated as an animal. They're bred like an animal. All right? And that's exactly, and that is true. Okay? So they can't pretend to be something that they're not with me or any awakening more. All right? Because we know. So let me continue. So I didn't understand. Oops. Islam? Okay, hold on. So I didn't understand why this male at Burger King got upset and said he paid. Especially when I've had, like, and I had to double. I said, what did you say? He wouldn't repeat what he said. Because but he is one of the males that will say, put the money on the counter, put it in my hand. And I did. And this male has showed odd behavior with other males that sit at this table at Burger King. One male I had to call the cops on because he was afraid I was going to take his picture. Now, why are you afraid your picture's going to be taken? Everywhere you go, there's cameras. Your picture can be taken. Why are you concerned that your picture going to be taken? All right. So I noticed after this situation with the coffee spill, someone I told you about the one that sits next to him. They call him Steve. Kept saying it's a mess. It's a mess. After like there's some type, like the coffee spill was a huge mess. I say yes, it was, and this is what led up for Steve, okay, to say, the guy that answered to Steve, saying he paid. So my thought is, when I hear that word paid, I'm like, because I've heard it at American Extended Stay outside my room. When my son Arrington-Bey was being attacked spiritually, too many times males would say brother, or someone would say brother and say he's 19 years old, or will start saying brother as they're attacking Arrington-Bey when he's 19 years old spiritually. Like they were threatening to continue to cause him harm unless, like they forcing, unless I deal with a brother. That's how it felt like, because I'm like, why is someone saying brother and my son is trying to hold back? You can tell he was being spiritually attacked. And the word paid came up again. What I'm doing, Dwayne Battlefield Bey, is documenting. And if I had to write a letter to American Extended Stay because someone tried to open the door, then that's not good. I just found it odd. I'm not saying Steve is one that is involved in this. No, the guy that at Burger King or the regulars. All I can do is give testimony and find it odd how the word paid keep coming up, or he paid, or we paid on my voice recordings. Today, April the 2nd, 2019, they again for no reason. Why? It's like it doesn't make sense. And then they show odd behavior. And like I said, I had to call the cops on one of them because he thought I was going to take his picture. The black male. These are over 40-year-old black males, and a lot of them either imply to be connected to the Navy or the Army, or are connected to the Navy and the Army. So I find it hard. I found it really hard. Not hard, but challenging. Odd. I found it odd. So that's it. Today was a good day. Islam. I've never, I had to call out. I just gave testimony about just a few moments ago. I had to call out for being sick about a month ago. I told you I used to work at Burger King for 6 days. Sometimes when they need me, 5 days in my schedule. But they said they don't need me on Wednesdays anymore. So I said, okay, that's fine. And the reasons were because of business need to pick up or so forth. So it was approximately over a year and a half since I called out. Today someone called out. I called out 2 months ago, about a month and a half ago, because I got sick. And before then, it had been approximately over a year and a half since I called out from Burger King. Someone called out today, and I worked almost until 4 p.m. My schedule is at 3. So I have never implied I wanted to sue Burger King, but I noticed, or anything like that, never, ever, ever, ever. But I kept noticing how people, especially after the black Negro males and some of the Spanish, or you would try to engage, all of a sudden I would see pale skins or other, because most of the people that come in there are pale skinned, the Spanish that look to be a large amount from Mexico, or the black Negroes that look to be black Negro if they haven't claimed a nationality. When they try to engage or smile the females and the males, all of a sudden I hear people or some of the guests speak of a lawyer or sue, okay, or suing. So I'm like, why are these people talking about lawyer all the time, all out of the blue? I never implied. I have always tried to do my best and earn money appropriately, be a great employee at Burger King. Today, by me staying there after 3, because someone called out, it's another demonstration. I'm trying to be a good employee because I'm earning money as a Hebrew Muslim, correcting my status as a Moorish American. So I'm thankful to earn money. Today, as I was checking the expiration date on the refrigerator, and once again, when I cleaned up the coffee spill, I put the wet floor sign down. I made sure that I went over it with a dry mop. But Diamond, the manager, didn't feel I did. I guess she didn't think it was. She did it again right afterwards. So she came and she said she wanted me to give her the mop. This is the black female manager, and I gave her the mop, even though I went over it and did it again. I said, okay, no problem. So today at the refrigerator, I noticed that there was orange juice said April the 2nd. I told, because today is April the 2nd, so I told the manager, Phyllis, because I've done this before, I tried to, that it was April the 2nd expiration date on the orange juice. I asked her what does she want me to do with it, because I'm stocking the refrigerator. She said, take them out. Okay, I said, okay, I'll take them out. And I said, there's a box of orange juice that says May. I'll get the May ones and put them in there. Diamond, the black female manager, told me, asked me what I was doing. She said, put them back in there. What are you doing? I said, it's April the 2nd. She said, put them back in there. Put them back in there. I said, Miss Phyllis said take them out because they're April the 2nd. She said the day is, they're still good. It's April the 2nd, you know, something like that. But anyway, she wanted me to put them back in the refrigerator. And then I called Miss Phyllis over, and Miss Phyllis explained that if the inspector was to come and see that orange juice has the April expiration date of the same day, we can lose points. I didn't know this. I had no idea. This is the first time I heard of this. I thought you can sell the orange juice up until that day, and then after that day it has to be removed. But she said if it's April the 2nd expiration, it needs to be taken out because the inspector will lose points. So obviously Diamond didn't know that because she wouldn't have told, possibly, I don't know. She wouldn't have, why would she say put the orange juice back in the refrigerator? So I don't know if she knew it or not, but that's something to imply after I told her. But I learned something new because I didn't know that. I had no idea. So I took the April 2nd orange juice out. And Miss Phyllis, you know, said, thank you for telling me. I said, yeah, I mean, because I've told her before. This is not the first time. When I find milk, I do the exact same thing. I tell her, and they take it and throw it away. So, you know, so I truly don't understand, you know, sometimes, not understand. So anyway, I'm just giving you I didn't understand. I'm not connecting those that came into Burger King. Speaking of a lawyer, I have no idea who they are. But sometimes I would wonder, Dwayne Arrington-Bey, oops. Oh, they hung up. Sometimes I wonder if they thought that, I wonder why. I just wonder why, because I don't know. I'm not going to even say wonder. I don't know why some people would come in saying sue Edgewater. Today, a black female that sits at the regular table today spoke of Edgewater while she was across from me. While I was packing the ketchup, so or filling up the ketchup containers with ketchup. And I told her I didn't know about Edgewater till months ago, a few months back, and she was explaining to someone else how Edgewater is closed. The owners of this store, owners of Burger King, owns this store and the one in Edgewater. So I found that odd. But anyway, that's all. I'm going to leave it at that. And and I'll talk to you later. Islam. Oh, remember, I'm documenting to help inspire me to continue to be an efficient worker at Burger King. Up under the video that speaks about the last time I brought orange juice. Okay, it'll be pinned on my Twitter site. Islam.